2 months ago, I did a video on my keep or sell list for this summer. Now that the season is finished, I want to update that list with a full look and a tier list looking at 5 different categories: 100% keep, question marks, squad players, loan, or 100% sell or release. I'm going to look at every single player inside our squad and rank them in these lists, because I think this summer, more than any summer that I can remember, we actually have to get it right with player sales. Otherwise, we won't have the funds to get the players in. Please let me know what you think about my list in the comments. As I said, there were 15 in this list of loan or sell before. Has that increased or decreased? I'm about to find out. You can let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and let's get straight into it. And let's start, of course, with the goalkeepers. And let's start with David De Gea, right? I was a bit on the fence before as to whether I thought David De Gea should be sold or kept. That's not the case anymore. 100% David De Gea should be released. Should not be getting a good new contract. Now, I actually think he will actually stay. This is my opinion. The same questions are being asked about David De Gea that were being asked at the start of the season, if not more of them. I don't think he should be kept. And I think it's a problem that he's going to be. But maybe that's down to the priorities and how much money that we're able to spend. Dean Henderson, he's second on that list. 100% selling Dean Henderson. I'm not considering him as an option for next season. He made it abundantly clear when he left. He clearly feels he's a little bit too far ahead in his career than he is. And I don't like that. And maybe I'm holding on to what he said in that interview too much. But for me, that should be a player we should be selling and getting money for. Simple as that. Replacing him. Now, Tom Heaton. You know what? I think I'm actually putting him down as a squad player, and I'm putting him down as sort of like the third choice goalkeeper. Because I think Jack Butland, well, we know Jack Butland, he looks like he's going to be going to, was it Rangers, I think, on a free transfer? Tom Heaton, I keep him. I think he'd be fine for a third choice goalkeeper. I think we need actually 2 goalkeepers. I think that's why De Gea will probably stay. So much is needed this summer. But in my opinion, I would get rid of 3 of the goalkeepers that we've got out of the 4. And Tom Heaton only being our third choice. That's how much we need new goalkeepers this summer. Moving on to defenders. Victor Lindelof has really impressed me, man. Victor Lindelof has impressed me so much since Varane got injured and Martinez got injured. Lindelof stepped up a lot in their absence. Proved himself to be a good centre-back. Proved himself worthy of a place inside our squad. And I think he's one of our 4 first-choice centre-backs next season. No problem. Good player. Erik, easy. Sold. Erik, of course, what was it? Did he go on loan to Marseille? I think it was Marseille. I don't know whether they're going to be buying him or not. Fabrizio Romano's already confirmed that he's going to be leaving. And he should be leaving. I don't know how much we're going to get for Erik, somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 million. Should be leaving. And we should be able to reinvest that money. Phil Jones, of course, we already know he's left. Well, leaving. I think he's actually left now. Confirmed that. The club's officially confirmed it. It's the end of an era with Phil Jones, and it's a conversation that should have happened a long time ago. I'll be totally honest. He shouldn't be leaving this summer. He should have left a while ago. But that was down to the long contract, X, Y, Z. It doesn't matter anymore. Phil Jones is leaving. And Harry Maguire should be joining him on that sell list. Maguire, we should be getting in the region of 30 to 40 million pounds. In my opinion, now you might think that's overpriced. I don't think it is of a player of his experience and age. Harry Maguire needs to go. Simple as that. He has no, in the same way I'm talking about Victor Lindelof being one of our 4 first choice centre-backs. Nah, Maguire is not in that category. Maguire needs to be sold. I think every United fan unanimously agrees on that one. Lisandro Martinez. Actually, no, I'll probably would I put Lindelof up there in the 100% keep or in the squad players? I think he's a squad player, I suppose. So I'm going to put him there. But Lisandro Martinez straight up there in the 100% keep list. 100%. Man, we've missed him. Look, he's up on the wall, actually. There he is. There's Lisandro's mark. There's Butchers. Big up Stan Chow. Love him. We missed him. Bring him back next year. Can't wait to see him playing for United again. Tyrell Malacia, I think, has proven himself to be a capable squad player. There are flaws in his game. Yes. But I think in terms of the squad, I'm not looking at replacing our second choice left back this summer. So much more that we need to do. And Alvaro Fernandez is a question we can have about him a little bit later. Rafa Varane up there as one of our first choice centre-backs. Now, that might change if Kim comes in from Napoli. In terms of Varane playing every single game, it'll be like a picking. It'll be then Ten Hag will have like 4 centre-backs that he can choose from and sort of bring them in, bring them out, and rotate and keep his squad fresh, because that's something we definitely got to do better next year. But Varane, for me, is in the 100% keep list. Now, look, Diogo Dalot has just signed a new contract, so of course he's in the 100% keep list. I would have him probably down there now, though, because I think Wan-Bissaka has proven himself. I'm putting Wan-Bissaka on the tier just a little bit higher than Diogo Dalot, as it stands across the course of this season. Diogo Dalot was brilliant in the first half up until the World Cup. Wan-Bissaka was brilliant from the World Cup to the end. He progressed and showed so much development. That surprised me. Right now, Wan-Bissaka is our first choice right back. That might change plenty of times across the course of next season, and it'll be Wan-Bissaka and Diogo Dalot going for that spot together. But for me, I'm putting Wan-Bissaka just a little bit higher than Dalot. You might disagree with that. Now, Luke Shaw up there in the 100% keep. Of course he is. He's developed so much this year as well. I think he's developed into a proper leader. When he stepped in at left centre-back and did it so well against City, away at Barcelona, he's done it so many occasions. He really has developed into a player that I think Ten Hag really, really trusts. So he's up there in the 100% keep list. Alex Telles, down there in the 100% sell list. Telles, congratulations to him for winning the Europa League final. He shouldn't be staying at Manchester United next year. It's not even a conversation we need to have. Somewhere between 5 and 10 million. Done. And Brandon Williams, I'm also putting down there in the sell list. Just the opportunities were, I suppose, there for him in the fullback spots, and he just never, I suppose, took them enough. Let me get rid of that. That's all right. I can stay on screen. I suppose he just never took them enough. Brandon Williams, I think we'll be leaving Manchester United this summer, and we just kind of go, well, what could have been? And I think that's the way he's going to have to look at it as well, because there are other youngsters as well that I would give more opportunities to than him in those fullback positions. Axel Tuanzebe, you know full well that he's leaving. Has it been confirmed already? I think his contract runs out. Same sort of thing as Phil Jones. Really is a shame with him, man. Injuries have stopped it. Ted Mengi, I would definitely be sending him out on loan. Think he was on loan at Birmingham last year. Now, look, he might be one that goes to United and says, look, I don't want to have another loan spell. I either want to be included in the first team or I want to be sold on a permanent basis. That might be down to him and the conversation he has with Ten Hag. I would like to loan him out for another year and see what goes on. Now, the Alvaro Fernandez one is, I'm going to put him down there as the loan, because I don't think there's going to be a position for him. I would be tempted to say, look, he could come in and be a squad player, but I think because we've got Shaw and Malacia, there's not really space for him. But again, he had a very good loan spell at Preston. I don't know whether he's going to be happy enough to go and have just another full loan spell, another season out. Maybe, maybe not. But as it stands, I don't know if there's any space for him inside that squad. That's just what my instinct is saying. So Alvaro Fernandez, I would send him out on loan. Bruno Fernandes, we don't need to have a conversation. I love Bruno Fernandes, man. Really, really do. I'd argue that was probably his best season in a Manchester United shirt. The consistency. Yeah, he had some dips. Everybody had dips. But the consistency from him. Maybe he's not. I question whether he's the right captain for Manchester United. I do. But in terms of he's definitely on that list. Let's go full screen. There's plenty more players that we need to speak about. And you can see one there is Christian Eriksen. Now, I'm 100% keeping Christian Eriksen. But what I want him to be next year is a squad player. So maybe I've kind of confused myself with these lists. But he's definitely getting kept inside this squad next year. Christian Eriksen was never bought as a player who should have been starting every single week. 2-3 times a week. Now, he was doing that pre-World Cup and he was fantastic. Went to the World Cup, came back. Andy Carroll assaulted him. He's never quite been the same player since. The game against City was, I've feared for Christian Eriksen being in that team and the game being too fast for him, and he hardly touched the ball. He was a complete ghost because the game was too fast for him. Eriksen is a great player and a very intelligent player, and the sort of player who in the last half an hour of games can bring you so much control, and that's where I want him to be used next year. We need more energy and more dynamism and a little bit of youth next year. And I want Eriksen to be that squad player that we can rely on to come and help us see games out far better. That's where I think he should be. So I'm 100% keeping Christian Eriksen. But I do think he's actually going to be a squad player next year for United. Marcel Sabitzer. Well, he was on my keep list last time, so that's changed for sure. Marcel Sabitzer shouldn't be kept at Manchester United. Injuries have basically put an end to that. At one point, I was pretty convinced that he would be a great player for United. Not anymore. We can invest that money elsewhere. Unlucky. He impressed in certain occasions, but it would just be one of those. No, not much more needs to be said. Ahmad, I definitely want to see him up there as a squad player. That was a heck of a loan spell at Sunderland. It really, really was. I think he developed so much, proved that he can develop in a very physical, very demanding league in the Championship. Got Sunderland the whole way to the semi-finals, the playoffs, lost. I think was it to Luton? I think it was to Luton. Of course, got promoted. Ahmad, I want to see him. We'll see him on the pre-season. Maybe after that, Ten Hag and him will decide another loan spell is better for him. But I hope not. I want to see him competing for that right wing spot alongside Anthony next year. Now, Fred. I personally, right, I want to keep Fred in the squad players, but I think there are some people that might put him down as question marks. I personally think that if we were switching to a system with 2 number 8s, he suits that perfectly. So much better than playing in a midfield 2 in midfield 4-2-3-1. He will suit that system really well. He's a squad player. Certain occasions, he will suit those games. Certain occasions, he will not suit those games. That's why we need to invest in the midfield so we can use him correctly rather than having to. So I'm going to put Fred down as a squad player next year. And that's because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. Some of you might say, question marks about whether to cash in on him or not. Obviously, being linked with Fulham, but for me, he's a squad player. Casemiro, straight up there to that top list. Had a great season. Maybe not a great season. I don't know how to describe his season because it was really muted at the start and then it was incredible and then it kind of came down a little bit and then he had great moments and it also it was inconsistent and obviously those 2 red cards and missing 9 games through suspension, 8 games. Don't do that again, Casemiro. Be smarter. Well, obviously what was working for him in La Liga didn't work in the Premier League. Don't be getting any more red cards, but 100% he's up there on that keep list. Now, this one's a really tough one because I want to put Facundo Pellistri on that list and say he's a good squad. Keep him there, he's a squad player. But because I'm putting Ahmad there and because Anthony, spoiler alert, is going to be one of the players I'm keeping, I would say more likely that we're going to see Facundo Pellistri loaned again. But then I would say, well, he's already spent... Where did he go? I don't know where he spent time on. It was out in Spain. He's already been on loan before. Would he be happy with another loan spell? The same sort of conversation that maybe Tena Mengi would have. I'm really just going to loan me out again? Well, I probably just want to get a permanent deal somewhere else and properly start my career somewhere. I imagine that's a conversation that Facundo Pellistri might be having. That's why I've gotten down on the loan. Because I've got Ahmad back here, I don't think we're going to be able to keep Anthony, Ahmad, and Pellistri all happy and content. Pellistri's a weird one because I probably would rather have him on the squad player list, but I don't think he's going to be there. Donny van der Beek, he's in that sell list, man. Donny van der Beek is definitely going to be a what could have been player, and it was just I'm not willing, personally, I'm not willing for Manchester United to give him another chance. Cash in, let him go back to Ajax, let him restart his career at Ajax, and he re-find himself at Ajax, and I think he'd love it, and I think Ajax fans would love it too. And we can just say, it's a real shame. It's a real shame. Now, this one, we're definitely putting in the question marks. Because for me personally, I'm putting Scott McTominay on my 100% sell and release list. But I know for a lot of you, he'll be on the... Actually, no, for quite a lot of you, he probably would be down on that list. That's a player that we can sell and upgrade for a relative... if you sell McTominay for 30 million... And he is worth that. You might not think he is, but he is. And then you get Mason Mount 50 million. For 20 million, you've improved and quite a big upgrade on that position inside the squad. Still need more in midfield, but that'll be an upgrade. I think that has to be done. I think McTominay should be sold. That we should be cashing in on a player that does have resale value, will go on to be a good player elsewhere, but one that we can upgrade on and should do. And that's why I think McTominay's on my sell list. Hannibal, And you might disagree with this one, but I think we should be selling him. I don't think that... I think it's to do with strength inside our squad. You're looking at Hannibal's best position. You're probably going to say number 10. You're going to be saying like an advanced midfielder. He's not going to get there in front of Bruno. I don't think he's at that point in his career yet where you could trust him to be there and replace what Bruno replaces inside this squad. Therefore, you're going to play him slightly deeper. Maybe in the 2 number 8s, Hannibal would suit that system a bit more as well. That's kind of a fair point. You might say, look, get rid of Fred and give those minutes to Hannibal. But Fred offers a sort of relentless energy that I don't think Hannibal does. Maybe that's unfair. I think I wouldn't have 100% down for Hannibal, but I say there are question marks as to what to do. So I'll put him there. Zidane Iqbal, loan him out. The lad doesn't deserve to just sit on the bench. I don't think we should be thinking about selling him, but I don't think we can just sit on the peripheries at United. Had a cracking pre-season and just sat there, and then Kobbie Mainoo obviously broke through, and he was effectively that young midfielder who broke into the first team squad on a regular basis. Zidane, I think, should be getting a loan spell, and I think you get him to maybe replicate the Ahmad loan. Sunderland in the Championship. I think that will probably suit him quite well. Could do worse than that. Kobbie, he goes into the squad players for next year. I can't wait to... This season, we were privileged enough to watch Garnacho break through. Next season, I think we should be looking at Kobbie. So now we've only got the forwards left. How many players we've got down here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 players either being sold or leaving on loan. And there are more to add to this list. Starting with, of course, Anthony Martial. I'm fixed on this one. Martial is not a player I think we should be willing to give any more opportunities to. The issue, of course, is the wages. The issue, of course, is who's going to pay those wages. I don't know about that. But Martial, this is why we need 2 strikers. Weghorst is leaving. We need a striker anyway. And then Weghorst is leaving, and he wasn't scoring any goals. And then Martial's leaving. You've only got Rashford, and he's not really a striker. Well, you've got Greenwood, but you know what I think about that. Gone. Go. Done. That's my personal opinion. The longer it goes on, the more likely I think it is that United will feel they can reintegrate him into the squad somehow. I hope that we don't have to get forced into this conversation as United fans. I could see it happening, though. I really could. Marcus Rashford, of course, he's on that keep list. He's right up there at the top. Fantastic. See, I'm curious as to find out this concept of Rashford playing out on the left wing and maybe playing through the middle and United signing a left winger. He is a left winger in my opinion. He's better in that position, but he's on my 100% keep list. Of course he is. And so is Anthony, man. Anthony, I think, has had a better first season than people probably give it credit for, but still so much room for improvement. It's the final product. The consistency of the final product has to be better from Anthony with a bigger variety. But as a player, I think he's developed quite a bit this year. So much more is needed, but he's a couple of years probably away from his peak. I enjoyed his first season, and next season I want to see him build on top of that because he is a good player. Now look at that, Garnacho from Garnacho being, mate, last year he just won the FA Youth Cup. To this year, I'm putting him on my 100% keep list right at the top. What a star. What a great young player he is. And I can't wait to see what he does next season. The expectations, of course, will change. He's not a breakthrough player anymore. People are like, we know about Garnacho. You know, when Ronaldo broke through and no one really knew what to do. And then everybody just decided to start hacking Ronaldo down. And that was the only way you stopped him. Maybe that's what we're going to see with Garnacho next year. Because he is a dangerous player. I love watching him. 100% in my keep list. Jadon Sancho. You've got to put Jadon Sancho with question marks now. I think so anyway. Especially if United need money. Jadon Sancho is one of those players with his age, with his experience already, with his quality. He's got a real resale value. More so than most players inside this squad. So that's why I've got down question marks. I don't think he's guaranteed to be sold, but I also don't think you can guarantee his future at Manchester United because we've got Garnacho, because we've got Rashford, because we do have quality on the wings. That's why I've got down as a question mark there. You can let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, about Weghorst, I enjoyed the first 10, 15 games. I think he did a job. He plugged the hole. He helped this squad in a period and time where we needed that help. But thank you very much. Good luck elsewhere. Because we won't be giving him a new contract. He's not good enough to be a Manchester United player. We can all completely agree on that now. Anthony Elanga. Anthony Elanga. I want to put Anthony Elanga down as a loan. Because I think we should be getting more than this 10 mil that is getting linked with. That's ridiculous. There's no way that Anthony Elanga should be going for 10 mil. So therefore, if we are going to sell him, send him on loan for a full season. Let him rise in value and then sell him at the end of it. Because there's no way he should be getting sold for 10 mil. That's what I think anyway. And Shola Shoretire, 100% I'll be loaning him too. 100% I'll be loaning him. Where did he... I think Bolton he went on loan. Because he broke through at such... I think he was he just shy of 17, I think, when he came on for his debut? I think he was. Can't remember. I would like to see him go out on a full season loan again for someone competing with full promotion in the Championship. That's what I would like to see. But that is my full list there, right? And I've got how many players down on 100% sell or release or loan? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 players. And how many have I got down here in the actual keeper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And of course, Manchester United had a 25-man Premier League squad. So maybe I'd have to reassess some of that. Because that would probably be too many going. Who would I keep from down there? Anthony Langer's not going to get any minutes at all. Pellistri? I'd probably put question marks. I could raise him up and happily keep Pellistri inside this squad. I think he would have a position. This is interesting. Didn't really know I was going to do this much. Scott McTominay. I'd have to put him down there as a question marks then. But I think we need the money. There's not really anybody else down there who I think I'd move back up. Nah, not at all. You're probably going to get another goalkeeper. I think in fact, we've only got one goalkeeper there. But no, sod that. So how many is that overall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19. That's still a lot of players. You can let me know what you think about that as the keep or sell list. At the top of my list, I've got Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Fernandes, Casemiro. Well, you can read through that yourself. You've watched the whole video. That's my honest assessment of the whole squad. Players that I think there are question marks about. Players who I think absolutely should be sold. And everyone else in between. You let me know what you think in the comments below. That's a full squad assessment. Tomorrow we can now talk about the plans for the players that we should be bringing in. Certainly got to look at goalkeepers. That's mine. What's yours? Let me know in the comments.